Hello everyone, this is Ashwini Lune. Welcome back to the second session of the PPS, that is file handling and the dictionaries. In the last session we have seen the file handling part. Today we are going to see the dictionaries and directories. So in the second unit also we have seen the part that is the dictionary. Like list and tuple, dictionary is also one of the most important data structure in the Python. It is the collection data type or structure in the Python. Why it is called collection? Because it is collecting, or it is a container for storing different data type element. Okay, so whatever elements are there in the dictionary is in the form of key value pair. So each key and value is separated with the help of colon, and each key value pair is separated with the help of comma. And whatever all the elements are there are enclosed between curly braces. Like in the list we are using the square braces, in the tuple we are using the round braces, in dictionary we are using the curly braces. And whatever elements are there that are in the form of key value pair, and each key and value is separated with the help of colon, and each key value pair is separated with the help of comma. Okay, and whatever keys are there in the dictionary are unique within that particular collection. And key must be immutable data type. Why it is called immutable? Because in each collection of the dictionary that key should be unique, that it should uniquely identify that element. Like immutable data type like strings, numbers or tuple we are going to use for the data structure for the keys. So syntax for the dictionary is we have to define the dict variable, and we have to assign that values in the form of key and value, and each key and value is separated with the help of comma, and each key value pair is separated with the help each key value is separated with the help of colon, and each key value pair is separated with the help of comma, and whatever all the elements are there that are enclosed between curly braces. Okay, that is about the dictionary. Now with respect to dictionary we are going to see the following operation, that is how to create the dictionary, accessing element of the dictionary, then we are going to see how to add element, then how to delete the element from the dictionary, and then we will see how to update the element within the dictionary. So we will see one by one along with example. So first and most important thing, that is how to create dictionary in the Python. In the first slide itself I have explained whatever elements are there that are enclosed between the curly braces, and each key value pair is separated with the help of colon, and each key value pair is separated with the help of comma. Here I have taken here key as a string values here, and whatever values are there that may be string, any data type value you can prefer for the dictionary. Okay, so I have taken the simple dictionary here. I have taken the keys name, division and roll number, and accordingly I have written the values for that particular key. So we will run this program on the Jupyter notebook and we will see. So for running the Python program I am using the Jupyter notebook. I have taken the same example here. I have taken the keys here, name, division and the roll number. I have assigned name as an IN, division as a B, and roll number, that is the integer value 11. And what I am doing, I am just printing the dictionary over here, whatever dict variable is there. So if I run this particular code, I am getting the values here, whatever the elements are there that are given as output. So you can check the type of the dictionary also by using the type function, that is the type, and here you can give the dict variable name. So it is giving me dict, that is nothing but the dictionary. Clear to everybody? So next part is, so I have copied same example over here and given the output. Then how one can access the element from the dictionary. So if you are using the list or tuple or set, at that time for accessing the element from that particular data structure we are using the index. That index may be positive index or negative index. So positive indexing is starting from the 0 and negative indexing is starting from the -1. But in the dictionary there is a different method for accessing element from the dictionary. We are not using the index method, we are accessing the element with the help of keys. Why we are accessing the element with the help of keys, because even we are using the index is also giving the unique element, whereas in the dictionary for accessing the element we are using the keys, we are not using the index method here. So if you want to access the element, we should know the keys for that particular dictionary. So I am accessing two elements, name and roll number, and what output I am getting, respective values of that particular keys as output I am getting. So if I run this particular code, so same dictionary I have taken here throughout this particular concept, and I am accessing the values of name and the, let us say, roll number, and I have in the print function I have called the dictionary, and whatever the keys I have provided here, name and the roll number. And if I run this particular code, I am getting the output as name as a 9 and the roll number is the 11 here. Clear to everybody? So next is the how to add element in the dictionary. Again I have considered the same example here. Okay, whenever you want to add the element in the dictionary, that key value pair is put or kept at the last of the existing dictionary. Okay, so that is whenever you want to add new key, that key is equal to value, that formula we are going to use here. Previously in my dictionary, the element of the dictionary is the name, division and the roll number. I have printed here the original dictionary, and then what I am doing here, I am adding the city as the fourth element in the dictionary, and city I am giving as a Pune. My key is the city and the value is the Pune, and again I am printing the dictionary after adding the element in the existing dictionary. So we will run this program on the Jupyter notebook. So previously in my dictionary there are three elements, name, division and the roll number. I have printed here original dictionary values. Then what I have done, I have added city as the key and value as a Pune in the existing dictionary, and whenever you are adding new element in the dictionary, it is kept at the last of the existing element, and again after adding the element I am printing the dictionary so that you can find the difference. Okay, so original dictionary element are, originally in my dictionary there are three elements, that is the name, division and the roll number, and after adding the element, second printf statement is giving me the four element, that is the name, division, roll number and the city, because we have added the city as the fourth element, and city is the key and the value is the Pune here. Okay, next part, how to delete the element from the dictionary. So when there are the several methods to remove or delete element from the dictionary. So I have mentioned few of them. First one is the pop, second one is the pop item, then third one is by using the del keyword, and fourth one is the clear method. So what pop method is doing, pop method removes the item from the specified key value. So we have to pass the key as an argument to the pop method, so it will remove that particular key value pair. So pop item, what pop item method is doing, it is remove the last inserted element. So it is not taking any argument, so by default it is removing the last inserted element or last element from the particular dictionary. Then del keyword, it removes the item with a specified key name. Again del, it is taking the whatever argument as a key here, and if you are not providing the key, it will delete the whole dictionary from the memory. Again clear, it empties the dictionary, it is clearing the dictionary, it is removing all the element from the dictionary. Now we will see that four method along with the example. So first method is a pop method. As I have already mentioned, pop method removes the item with the specified key name. So for the pop method we have to pass the argument as a key. Okay, so we will see the example on the Jupyter notebook here. So I am here pop method. Again I have taken the same dictionary here, three elements are there. I am printing here original dictionary, and then what I am doing, I am using the pop method. Dict, that is the dictionary variable here, dot pop, and I am deleting or removing the division from the division element from the existing dictionary, and again after deletion, after the pop operation, I am seeing the element of the dictionary. So if I run this particular code, so in the original dictionary there are the three elements, that is the name, division and the roll number, and after pop operation I have popped off the division and pop, or I have deleted the division element from the original dictionary. So after deletion operation, what I am getting the two element into my dictionary, that is the name and the roll number. Okay, so pop is again the inbuilt method in the dictionary. So if you want to see, that is dot tab, so that you can see all the methods related to dictionary here. Okay, so that is nothing but the pop. And suppose I want to delete, let us say, roll number, again I can delete here. Okay, so again division is there, I have deleted the roll number. Clear to everybody? So next method, that is the pop item. For the pop item, property of the pop item method is that it removes the item with specified whatever pop item method is there, it is deleting the last inserted element from the dictionary. So if I see here pop item method, so last inserted element is the roll number in that particular dictionary. So roll number, if I run this particular code, I am getting name. For the original dictionary I am getting the name, division and the roll number here, and dict after the pop item operation. For the pop item, it is remove the roll number because the last inserted element is the roll number. So whenever you are deleting the key, along with that key, value is also get deleted over there. So last inserted element is the roll number and it got deleted after the pop item method. Okay, same I have written over here. So by mistakenly I have written method removes the item with the specified key name. Actually it is removing the removes the last item from the dictionary. Okay, so I am saving that changes. So it will remove the last inserted item from the dictionary. So third one is by using the del keyword. Actually in the there are the different keywords are there, 35 keywords are there present in the Python. So what del keyword is removing, it removes the item with specified name. Okay, so syntax for it I will show here. So same, these methods are very easy. Just I am using the single line method over here, and whatever the remaining syntax is the same for all the operation. That is the declaring the dict initialization of the dictionary variable. Then I am printing the original dictionary here, and then I am using the del as a del keyword for deleting the element. Again I am deleting the div from the division from the original dictionary, and after that I am printing the again dictionary element after the del operation. So it is deleting the original dictionary, there are the 3 elements, and after del operation it has removed the div. And if you are not providing here, the key for that particular dictionary, it is removing all the element from the dictionary. So after that del operation, it is removed all the element. Okay. So next one is the clear. What clear is doing, it is removing all the element from the dictionary. Again it is the inbuilt method within the dictionary. So we will see this particular method. So clear, whatever remaining syntax is the same over here, just I am using the dict variable dot clear, and after that I am seeing the output before deletion and after deletion. Before original dictionary contained the 3 elements, and after the dict operation it has removed all the element from the dictionary, and my dictionary is the empty one. As the whatever methods are there that are self-explanatory, so there is no need extra need for the explanation. So fifth point is how we are going to update the element over here. So whatever existing element are there, how you are going to add the element in the dictionary. We are adding the a key that is equal to value. Suppose you are taking the existing key and you are assigning the different value. At that time updation operation takes place in the dictionary. So it is similar to the actually it is similar to the add operation only, but here you are taking the existing key and we are assigning the different value over. So here if you see the example over here, so I have taken the original dictionary. In the original dictionary name, value of the name, that is the Nayan, and in the updation what I am taken here name, I have assigned the name that is equal to Nutan. So we will run this particular code and see what the output I am getting here. Original dictionary name is equal to Nayan, division that is the B, and roll number is the 11 here. And after the update operation I have updated name from Nayan to Nutan. So name, that is the Nutan, division B, and roll number is the 11. So I have just changed the name argument over here. Whatever remaining values are there, that are one and the same over here. Getting to everybody? So these are the basic operation related to the dictionary. Now we are going to see the dictionary methods over here. So most of the methods we have covered while seeing the that particular operations. Clear method we have seen the pop method and pop item method. So we will see remaining method, that is the copy. Again I am explaining clear, that removes all the element from the dictionary. Copy returns the copy of the dictionary. Then get returns the value of the specified key. Then items, it returns the list of the tuple for each key value pair. Then keys, it returns the list of the list containing the dictionary keys. Okay. Then pop, it removes the element with the specified key. Pop item removes the last inserted key value pair. And values, it returns the list of all the values in the dictionary. Question may be asked for the explain any 4 dictionary method. At that time you have the choice to select the any 4 method which is easy for writing for you people. So we will see the copy method or get method. It is giving the value of particular key. So again I am taking the same example over here. So whenever you are writing the answers for such data structure, at that time take the minimum element in the dictionary, so that there should not be the confusion. So you can at least you can take the 3 element. Okay, so what I am using get, and for the get I have passed the key here. So get method, what it is returns, it is returning the value of the specified key. So if I run this particular code, I am getting the value. So again copy method, what copy is doing, it is returning the copy of the original dictionary. So original dictionary dict1, I have taken the 3 element over here, and that I am making the copy of dict1 into the variable called I am making the copy of dict into the dict1 variable, and again I am printing the element of dict and dict1. So values of dict and dict1 should be one and the same, because dict1 is the copy of the dict. Okay, so if I run this, so element of the dict, the 3 element name, division and roll number, and dict1 element is the name, division and the roll number. Next method, that is the key. So again we will take the I am copying this part only. Okay, and I am pasting here. Okay, so next method I want to say, that is the dot get method. Get method we have seen. So keys, it is returning me the keys. Okay, so directly I am writing in the print function, print, closing the bracket. So what keys method is returning, it is returning the keys of that dict. Okay, so it is returning me the list of the keys, whatever keys are present. Okay, so similarly if I am writing here values, at that time it is returning me values of that particular collection, only values. Again there are different methods, you can refer that methods also. Okay, I have taken the few methods. So values are Nayan, B and 11. So output of keys is the keys, name, division and roll number, and values output of the second print function is the Nayan, B and the 11. And what is the output of the third method, that is the dict dot tab item. It is returning me whole collection. Okay. if I run this, it is giving me the tuple, the tuple that contain the name and the whatever keys and value pairs. Okay, so keys method will return all the keys from that collection, values will return the values of that particular collection, and items will return me all the items key value pairs from that collection, that is the dictionary over here. Okay, so whenever question will be asked for the write dictionary method, at that time don't get confused, you can write any easiest form method. Okay, so along with the example is the most important part in the PPS. That is all about the dictionary. Now we will see the directory. So don't get confused between the word dictionary and directory. Whenever question will be asked in the examination, write directory methods or dictionary method, read it properly. If it is a directory, methods are different. If it is a dictionary, methods are the different. So you should be the conscious while writing the examination. So what is meant by the directory? That is, directory or folder is a collection of files or subdirectories. Again, whenever you are using the word directory, or whenever you are using the Linux based operating system, at that time we are using the word directory, and whenever you are using the Windows operating system, at that time we are using the word folder. Folder or directory, it is a collection, or collection means it contains the different files or subdirectories. Okay, so already we have seen the OS module in the Python, and again for the directory purpose also we are importing the OS module, because it is providing the operating related functionalities to the user. Okay, so Python has a OS module which provides us with many useful methods to work with the directory and file as well. So again, in this particular picture I have shown what is meant by the directory. It is a main directory, and in this main directory it contains the subdirectory, files, or n number of the subdirectory or n number of the files. Okay, so again in the subdirectory it contains the different files. Okay, it may be the text, class file, CPP file, or any language related file. Okay, so what is meant by the directory? Directory or folder is the collection of files and the subdirectories, and the structure of the directory I have shown over in this particular picture. So in the examination, most of the time the question asks explain any for list the directory methods and explain any two. In the last end sem examination also there was a question on the directory. Okay, so write list the different directory methods and explain any two, and again there was a question related to the writing programs related to the directory. So don't miss this particular part, because it is the very simple and easiest part and giving the more marks. So directory method, there are the n number of the directory methods are there. So out of that I have taken 6 methods now, which are very important with respect to the directory. First one is the get CWD, that returns the string representing the current working directory. So what is the long form of the CWD? That is the current working directory, means in which folder or in which path you are currently working. Then CHDR, that is the change directory, means if you want to change the directory current working directory path. Suppose currently you are in the C drive and I want to change that path to the D drive. At that time I have to change that directory path, and my directory has provided the method that is the CHDIR. By using that CHDIR I can change the current working directory path. So MKDR, that is the making new directory or create a directory named path with a numeric mode, means MKDR, that is nothing but the making or creating the directory in given path. Then list directory returns the list containing the names of the entries in the directory in given path. Suppose in the E drive I am working, and in that particular directory or folder how many files are there, subfolders are there, it will list all the entries, all the files, all the directories, all the folders in that particular path, and that are done by using the list dir method. Then RMDR, suppose I want to remove any directory from that particular path, then I can use the RMDR function. Then rename, suppose I want to give the name by using the Python code, I want to rename that particular directory or file, at that time I am using the rename method. So we will see that 6 method one by one along with the example. So first one is the getting current Python directory, and for getting current Python directory there is a method given by the Python, that is the get cwd. That is nothing but the current working directory. So we will see the program on the Jupyter notebook. So before that, whenever you want to use the functionalities related to the directory, at that time first of all you have to import the OS module. Okay, inside that under that OS module there are the different functional methods are defined. We have to use that different methods for working with the directory. Now suppose I want to check in which current directory I am currently working. For seeing that, I am using the method that is a get cwd, okay, which is already defined in the OS module, that is the os.tab. You can see the n number of the methods which are defined under the OS module. Okay, there are the different methods which are defined, you can see here. Out of that I need to use the get cwd. Okay, so if I run this particular code, it is showing me currently I am working in the C users and my folder name is the Ashu. I am in the current directory, that is the C drive, under that users folder, under that Ashu folder, and that is my where my Python is installed, that path is there. So it has shown the current working directory, that is C:/user/Ashu. Clear to everybody? Now next method we are going to see, that is the changing current Python directory. Suppose I want to, now currently I am working in the C drive, now I want to change that path to the E drive or any other drive. At that time we have to use the method that is the chdir, that is the change directory. This takes a one argument, that is the path to the directory to which we have to change the path. Okay, we will see the example of it. So currently I am working in the C users and Ashu. Now I want to change that path to E Python files and file handling. Okay, I am changing the path over here by using the chdir method, and again I am checking whether it is giving me the correct path or not by using the get cwd method. Okay, so I have changed here path, and it is print function. After whenever I am executing the print function, at that time it is giving me current path as E Python files and file handling. Means in the previous program, if I when I checked the path of my current working directory, that was the C users and Ashu, and now it has changed to the path that is the E Python files and the file handling. Okay, clear to everybody? Now same program I have written over here. Next one is the listing Python directory. So Python method list dir returns the list containing names of the entries in the directory given by the path. Means in that particular folder how many files are there, what are the entries of that file. If you want to check by using the program, we can check by using the method provided by the directory in the Python, that is nothing but the list dir. So our current working directory is now E. Now we will see in the file handling how many entries are there. Okay, so first of all we will take the path into the one variable os.getwd. Then I am printing the path, and after that what I am doing, by using the list dir, and I am passing the path to that particular list dir function. Okay, so if I run, so first print statement, it is giving me the current working directory part, that is the E Python files and file handling. And second print function, what it is doing, it is listing the directories on that path. So in that part there are the different files like append.txt, now.txt, now1.txt, read.txt, then tour_photo, that is a folder or directory, and write.txt. So we will check whether correctly it is mentioning all the files on that path. So E Python files and file handling, we will check here, that is the E folder, in that Python files, then in that file handling, and there are the folder. So there are whatever the files or subdirectory directories are there that are mentioned in here. Name of that particular file append.txt, it is present in here, then now.txt, now1.txt, now.txt, now1.txt, then read.txt, here is the read.txt, then tour photo, that is the folder, it is the folder, okay, and last one is the write.txt. Write.txt is present, means it has correctly mentioned all the entries on the given path. Okay, clear to everybody? Now next is how to make or create the directory in that particular path. So for creating the directory in the Python, we are using the mkdir method. Mk means make, mk means make, and dir means directory. So mkdir, it is a short form for make directory, and this particular method is used to create the new directory in the Python. So again we have to provide the path. Okay, so we will create another one, picnic photos, or I'm giving the different name. Let us say I'm creating another folder, that is, let us say Ashwini. Okay, folder name I'm giving as Ashwini. So path, first of all I'm taking the path over here. Okay, and path I know that is the Python files and the file handling. Then before making the directory, I'm listing all the entries of that particular path. Then I am making the directory, name of my directory is the Ashwini, and again I am, after making the directory, I am listing the entries on that particular path, whether it is correctly giving the entries or not. So before making the directory, there are the append, now1, read, tour photo, and write txt entries are there, and after making the directory, there are append Ashwini folder or Ashwini directory is present over there. Okay, now.txt means in the before making there was no name called Ashwini. Okay, and after making the directory, I have make the directory, that is Ashwini that is present over there. So we will physically check whether it is created or not. If you see here, previously there were tour photo, append, now1, read and write there. Now Ashwini got created, Ashwini folder got created over here. So it is working correctly. Okay, so next one is how to remove the directory from that particular path. Okay, so for removing the directory from that particular path, we have to use the method that is rmdir, and it is removing the particular directory from that particular path. So suppose I want to remove the directory. First of all, it is tour photos. I want to remove the directory that is the tour photos from that particular path. So if you see in the in this particular path Python files and file handling, there were 5 files, text file were present, and 2 folders are there. Okay, so name of the folder is Ashwini and second one is a tour photo. Now I want to delete the tour photo from this particular path. Okay, so I want to delete that tour photo from this particular path. So by using the Python program, I can delete. Okay, so I have taken the path over here. Before rmdir, I am listing the directory. After rmdir, I am listing the directory. So we will check why it is showing me error. The system cannot find the file space tour photos. What is the name of the file? That is the tour photo. I have given by mistakenly tour photos, so it is not finding. Okay, so again I am running this particular code. Just a minute. Okay, so before rmdir there were tour photo folder was present, and after the rmdir tour photo was not there. So we will check physically again. If you check here on that particular path, that is the file handling, Python files and file handling, previously there was the folder called tour photo. Now it was deleted by using the rmdir method. Okay, so next method is the renaming directory. Python has provided the method called the rename. By using the rename, you can give the new name to the dictionary. Rename takes the 2 arguments, that is the source and destination. source, that is the existing directory, and destination is the whatever the name you have given after the rename method. So we will see the example of it. So again, in rename I have provided the source folder name is the Ashwini, and destination, that is the rename name, that is the Ashwini_Dune. We will see physically going on that particular path. In this particular path, that is the Python files and file handling, there is a folder named Ashwini, and by executing this particular program we can rename that folder to the Ashwini_Dune. Okay, so we will see the output over here. So before rename operation, the folder name is Ashwini. After the rename operation, folder name is Ashwini_Dune. We will see by going this particular folder, so it got changed to Ashwini_Dune. So that is all from my side for the 6th unit, that is the file handling and the dictionaries. Thank you.